It started with a phone call at exactly 2:17 a.m. Ethan had never believed in ghosts. He believed in logic, in science, in things that could be explained. But that night, as his phone vibrated on the wooden table beside his bed, something felt wrong. The screen showed unknown number. He ignored it at first, but it rang again and again. Finally, irritated, he answered. There was no voice, no breathing, just silence. Then, a whisper, "Come back." The call ended. Ethan sat up in his bed, his heart racing. The voice sounded familiar, too familiar. It sounded like his younger brother, Daniel. Daniel had died 5 years ago. Ethan tried to shake it off. Maybe it was a prank. Maybe his mind was playing tricks on him. But then his phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't a call. It was a message, a picture. His blood froze as he opened it. The image showed the old abandoned house at the edge of town. The same house where Daniel had disappeared before they found his body in the woods days later. The message underneath read, "Why did you leave me here?" Ethan hadn't told anyone the truth about that night. 5 years ago, he and Daniel had dared each other to explore the abandoned house. It was supposed to be harmless fun, but inside they heard something moving upstairs. Daniel wanted to leave, Ethan didn't. He laughed and teased him. Then the front door slammed shut. The lights inside flickered, even though the house had no electricity. Daniel panicked. Ethan ran. He didn't look back. That was the last time he saw his brother alive. Another message arrived. "I'm waiting." Ethan felt something snap inside him. If this was a prank, he would end it. If it wasn't, he needed answers. Within 20 minutes, he was driving toward the abandoned house. The road felt longer than he remembered. The trees along the sides seemed taller, darker, leaning inward as if watching him. When he finally saw the house, his hands tightened on the steering wheel. It looked exactly the same. Rotting wood, broken windows, darkness swallowing everything inside. But there was one difference. A dim yellow light flickered upstairs. "That's impossible," he whispered. The house had been abandoned for over 20 years. His phone vibrated again. "I see you." Ethan's breath caught in his throat. Slowly, he stepped out of the car. The front door creaked open by itself. He didn't touch it. The air inside was cold, unnaturally cold, and smelled of dust and decay. "Daniel?" he called out, his voice barely steady. No response, but footsteps echoed above him. Each step he took toward the staircase felt heavier, like the house itself was resisting him. The wooden stairs groaned under his weight. Halfway up, he heard whispering. Multiple voices, not just one. They were repeating something over and over. "Stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with us." Ethan's heart pounded violently. At the top of the stairs, the hallway stretched into darkness. At the end of it, one door stood slightly open. Light flickered from inside. He pushed the door open. The room was empty, except for one thing, a phone, lying on the floor, ringing. It was his ringtone. Slowly, trembling, he picked it up. The caller ID read, "Daniel." His hands shook as he answered. This time there was no silence. There was breathing. And then, "You shouldn't have left." The voice was right behind him. Ethan spun around. Daniel stood there, but not the Daniel he remembered. His eyes were black, his skin pale and cracked. His smile, too wide. "You promised we'd stay together," Daniel said softly. Ethan backed away until he hit the wall. "I was scared," he whispered. "I didn't mean to." "You ran." The walls began to shift. The room stretched unnaturally. Shadows crawled along the ceiling. "You left me with them." Suddenly hands, dark, shadowy hands, emerged from the walls, reaching toward Ethan. "They were already here," Daniel said. "They just needed one of us." Ethan tried to run, but the door slammed shut. The whispers grew louder. The hands grabbed his arms, his legs, pulling him toward the center of the room. "Take him!" the voices chanted. Daniel stepped closer. "They let me call you," he said. "Because they were hungry again." Ethan screamed, struggling, but the shadows were too strong. "Please," he begged. "I'm sorry." Daniel's expression softened for just a second. "You should be." The floor beneath Ethan opened into darkness, and he fell. The next morning, police found Ethan's car parked outside the abandoned house. The front door was locked. No signs of forced entry, no footprints, no evidence he had ever gone inside. His phone was found on the driver's seat. The last outgoing call was made at 2:17 a.m. to his own number. A week later, a teenager walking past the house claimed he saw a faint light flickering upstairs. and heard whispering. Two voices this time, waiting.